Okay, episode what? What? I was about to say episode like 100 something. Like, man, I wish. Nah, this is episode 21, and 181 miles in, as we left off last time, and loading terrain. Good, there we go. And wow, what do you know? It's the same thing as it has been the last time, the time before that, and well, every single time up to this point. Wow, isn't that crazy? It's just still a bunch of frickin' snow. It's incredible. Okay, so that's cool. And yeah, so welcome back to the series. We are right here. And we are basically past the majority of this giant mountain range, which stretches up through the northern entire area of Alaska, which we are slowly passing into through, and we will eventually get to the point where we're gonna be into Yukon, and then from from Yukon we're gonna go down to Britain. Okay, Britain apparently, and then well yeah, don't even bother talking about that. That's all the way down there. So, for the most part, we're just gonna be getting through here, and our first destination is gonna be going to oh there it is, this place right here, which is at that point there will be an actual highway we're going to be going down with like literal roads instead of just this dirt paved path which we've been going on up to this point right here, as you can see. But on the map it clearly seems like there's supposed to be trees around here now that we've gotten this far. I mean, it almost looks like there should be some kind of a snow tree forest biome around here, but it's not really showing up like that in Minecraft, and the road is still just dirt, so I don't know what to do about that. But as you can see, we're going to still be taking quite a while to get really anywhere of any significance. But regardless, we're going to keep on going. Yeah. While I've said that, just get straight into it. And, well, what do you know? It's Christmas time again. Just the way I like it. Jingle bells. God, this place sucks. I'm only guessing that we are on the exact location that the map shows that we're on, by the way. I can only just pretty much assume that we're going to be taking a left turn at the next place where the road will curve. And this long stretch has been very painful, as you can probably assimilate. Generally because it's just nothing but a long, empty, just straight line of nothing. Well, that's nice. So yeah, back to weird elementary school stories again. Okay, so that's good. Welcome back to another installment of probably the most interesting part of the series, where I discuss the extremely odd and unnatural events that took place throughout my childhood. Okay, and there's a giant pool of death right here, which completely destroyed the road. That's kind of startling. Alright, so I mean, I could talk about all the times that I broke my arm, even though I kind of did already talk about that before, but I didn't really go into that much depth about it. I broke my arm basically throughout the course of school, elementary school to be more particular, so many times that I actually lost track, and I can't even remember every single specific time it happened. But it was just the same arm, it was the right wrist, and because of that, it's permanently scarred or damaged, and now I can only rotate my hand a couple of degrees less than what you should usually be able to. And, well, the first time it happened, I was just basically trying to do some parkour on the jungle gym, or what they call in different countries to be the monkey bars. Or maybe it's the other way around. They call it the jungle gym in other countries, and they call it the monkey bars in the United States. whatever the weird thing that you want to call it, those big bars in the sky. I was trying to do parkour on them, and I basically just used this kind of like step ladder, which was kind of going up to the other playground slide, and I just jumped off of it, tried to grab onto the monkey bars, and apparently I underestimated my own capability. I thought I would have just missed it, so when I actually grabbed onto it, I didn't realize I actually did, and I just kind of let go because I wasn't expecting to actually do it, and in the process I swung myself and face planted into a pole and then landed right on the arm. And now, being the most intelligent human being that has ever come into existence that I am, about 6 months later, at the end of that school year, which was about the second grade, I attempted, after I had recovered from the first broken arm, to do that exact same trick again. Because I was like, you know what? Once is not enough. I have to do this trick, for Christ's sake. I don't care about this. I don't care if I broke my arm. No gravity's going to defy my skills this time. So I did the exact same trick, and well, I broke my arm again. And it was kind of a little bit awkward in the nurse's office, as at this point she had absolutely no sympathy for me. Oh my god, what the heck? What? Why did that happen? No! Why did it just go all the way back? Okay, start over. There we go. Whatever, keep it at that. Okay, oh my god, don't do that! Every single time someone like got a broken limb or whatever at the school, it was like a whole dramatic scene. Like they had to bring out the frickin' wheelchair, and they had to take it all the way down this ramp and cross and it's almost like that scene like from Star Wars Episode 3 when frickin' Anakin becomes Darth Vader after he gets burned alive in that lava planet, and then Emperor Palpatine is taking his like very badly mutilated body through the crowded city of Coruscant. On that like high building, and everyone's like watching. That's basically the scene that unfolds every single time something like this happens, and it basically happened to me about 10 times. So at that point, well, the nurse was pretty annoyed at me, and well, I'm pretty sure she really just was going to kind of start punishing me if I ever start breaking my arm again, because she really did not want me to, because at that point she thought I was just messing around or something. And then basically the third time I broke it was me passing out, which I did discuss that. I was on the field right at the end of lunchtime, and for some reason I just decided to pass out and lose consciousness right when I was going up to class after lunch, and what that caused was for me to land directly on my already not recovered arm, and I sprained it and broke it once again. So that was great. And then the fourth time, which is one of the last times I remember specifically the incident that took place, was, I think it was the third time that I actually was on the monkey bars, but this time it was like not me trying to do tricks or whatever. I was actually trying to like, I forgot what it was. I think I was like trying to, like, I don't even know. I was trying to use like one hand or something, and then I frickin' just completely fell and face planted again. This time only spraining the same arm, but not breaking it entirely. And at that point, basically, the nurse was basically discussing with the principal, like, oh, if this guy gets another broken arm, I'm gonna give him a freaking black eye or some crap like that. And that happened. But they were gonna like be ready to start handing me out pink slips if I kept on getting broken arms, because they were literally getting that pissed off at me about it. And basically, what a pink slip is, for anyone who didn't like watch the time where I discussed pink slips and stuff, is the punishment system at the elementary part of the school. which is the first grade through number 5. And basically, it's like the main punishment slip that you get for misbehaving. If you get that, well, basically means nothing. It's just a pink piece of paper that doesn't do anything, except you get to have a bench slip every single lunch for the rest of the week, which means you can't go and you cannot have recess or whatever. Which is basically the entire point of living when you're only 3 years old, or however old you are when you're freaking going to elementary school. So if you can't have recess, it's like, it really is actually detrimental to your entire life. So it's not like it is now where, you know, you could just whip out your iPad and just be playing freaking Among Us or something and being in bench slip or detention. Nah, back then it was not really like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not entirely a boomer, but at the same time, I'm a boomer enough to know it wasn't that easy, you know? You know, we had to kind of live on, I guess you would call it recruit difficulty. It wasn't easy difficulty, that's for sure. But I mean, just generally speaking of punishments and stuff, I can definitely, like, recount all of the ridiculous things I did get punished for, which completely was completely undeserved on my behalf, which I never got justice for, and it kind of made me a little bit angry as well, all the times it happened. I mean, I got so many pink slips, but I'd say throughout the entire time I was at the elementary school, which was still connected to the middle and high school, I probably received about 90 total pink slips, of which 80 of which came from maybe 4th grade. It all basically was during 4th grade. Maybe 85, actually. Honestly, I probably got rid of a whole frickin' forest of the amount of frickin' trees they had to cut down to get the paper to make all those pink slips for me. Thank you, Dallas. No, thank you for this frickin' school for doing it. I mean, what am I doing? I'm not doing it. Half the time, it was just stupid crap. Like, first of all, the 5th grade teacher who I called the cops on was just, yeah, it was not good. That was part of the problem. She gave me a pink slip for everything. She gave me a pink slip for just getting up out of my frickin' chair in class when I didn't ask for permission to sharpen my pencil. Yeah, and she gave me a pink slip for calling the cops on her, even though she frickin' locked me out of the class when the whole class was watching, Shark Age or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. They were watching frickin' Shark Tale. Yeah, that's what it is. And she kicked me out of the class. You can't just kick a 5th grader out of class when the whole class is having a pizza day party with Shark Tale playing. Are you kidding me? That's a crime against humanity. And then I call the cops on you and you get mad at me? Oh, I'm gonna give you a pink slip for doing that. Boy, are you joking me? Bitch, I don't think so. Seriously, sorry, I got kind of carried away there, but I just remembering that really got me mad. Even today, like, no excuses for that. It's ridiculous. But anyways, yeah, some of the other ridiculous punishments I got was, I got another pink slip that one time, was also in 4th grade, when it was like some kind of, oh yeah, during PE, like every week they had like this run day where you had to just run around the field 5 times for no reason, because I guess the freaking PE teachers got bored and just wanted to tell us to do something while they did nothing. So, yeah, basically, it was like, I was doing that, and, there was this, like, big pole on the ground. Like, it was this big soccer pole or something that was, like, a piece of, like, the soccer equipment or something. And, like, you know, that made up, like, the metal goalpost or something. It was on the floor, and everyone was just kind of jumping over it. It was right in the middle of the track. The track doesn't exist, it's just a field, by the way. But it's just that you go around the field, on the edge of the field, it's on the middle of that place where everyone's running at. And I'm like, well, what the frick? I gotta get rid of this. Everyone's just jumping over it, and I'm like, man, screw that. I'm just gonna take this and move it. Alright, so I just took that thing, and I frickin' yeeted it across the field right behind me. And yeah, I lifted it, and apparently it was just some big, heavy thing. It really wasn't heavy. It was like 10 pounds. And I just threw it behind me, and then there's like this group of people, and it was like 2 girls and like 1 guy or something. Like, it was like, I think it was because basically what it was there were like these different groups of friends like that obviously formed cliques throughout the school. But usually there's like this one gay guy at the school, and you know, he hung out with all the girls and stuff like that. So that was like his group or something like that. I really didn't know how it worked. I didn't have any friends, so and I threw it back there, and man, it was so dumb. They had like a whole 3 seconds to like to react to it. And apparently they just, one of the girls just tripped on it and like fell on her knee or something, and she started like freaking crying and like bursting into tears. And I'm just like, oh, okay, that's great. So after that happened, whoops. After that happened, obviously, the wheelchair got whipped out again. They freaking had that whole ceremony or whatever they do, with, you know, I don't know what it's called. You know, like the Emperor Palpatine scene in Star Wars Episode 3. They take out the wheelchair, they're like dramatically rolling it down the ramp, and everyone's like watching and like surprise and stuff like that. And then the girl needs a wheelchair. Bruh, you need a wheelchair. You landed on your knee. You scraped your knee. Oh my god, I need a wheelchair. Oh, man, it's so annoying. Shh. Just don't even get me started. Alright, and then of course, next thing's next. As you probably predicted, principal's like, yeah, Dallas, get your ass in here now. You piece of crap, little freaking like child abuser or whatever. I get to the principal's office. And, okay, so this, and then the girl's sitting right there in the principal's office, and the principal's like, oh my god, Dallas, look what you've done. And then the girl's still crying, and I'm like, oh my god, what the frick? Are you kidding me? Apparently, all that happened was that, they got like a little frickin' scrape on your knee. But of course, when you're frickin' like, when you're 4th grade or something, you treat that as like it's, your frickin' head got decapitated or something like that. It's like, come on, really? I mean, look, yeah, sure, you're in 4th grade, but like, you're not freaking like 5 years old, man. Come on, get over it. Secondly, like, what? It was so dumb. I literally took the metal pole, and yeah, obviously, it was kind of retarded, but I mean, I just threw it behind me, and the fucking people, sorry, pardon my language, the freaking people were like running for like another 2 seconds, and apparently they just weren't, or this particular girl specifically wasn't like even just looking at the ground, and she just tripped over it. Boy, that would have happened whether I had moved it or not. It was in the middle of the freaking road. That's exactly. Oh my god. So yeah, yeah, and that was a nice fresh pink slip for me right there, which was cool. I also got another pink slip for calling someone a bozo. Because apparently they dressed up in like it was like a Halloween day or something, and I think they came to school with like someone who won like it was like they were dressed as like the NBA or something. It's like they were wearing like an NBA uniform. I don't know how that's supposed to be a Halloween costume. But they were wearing like the number for, it was, I think it was the Celtics or something. And obviously I was like really not, I was against the Celtics. I wanted the Lakers and stuff. So I was like, oh my god, you bozo. And then this freaking teacher who's like some kind of Karen or something, she's like, excuse me, did you just call this young man a bozo? That's a pink slip. Okay. Man. School. Also, that same person, I think it was the same person, maybe it wasn't. Her name was like Miss Martinez or something. Later on, like in it was 4th grade. She somehow was like the assistant for the 4th grade teacher. And at one point, I don't know what happened, but she called me like a jackass in the middle of class. Like, she was like, I was playing with a rubber band in class, and all of a sudden it broke and just flew across the whole room in the middle of the teacher or whatever. And then this freaking assistant just comes rushing over and just yanks the half-broken rubber band. She's like, you gotta break everything, you jackass! You gotta break everything, you jackass! That's what she said. Okay. So, that ended up getting her fired. Not because, the teacher heard her, but because, basically, me and some other person sitting at that desk heard her. And, somehow we ended up snitching on her, but not because I snitched on her, but because the principal frickin' called me in again and was like, oh, what happened here today? Like, and I was like, oh, okay, well, and then this kid was already sitting there, so this kid's the snitch. I'm like, yeah, you know, the teacher's calling me jackass, you know, normal stuff here. And later on, the normal teacher was like, okay, kids, I have an announcement to make. Unfortunately, due to whatever reason she made up, our assistant teacher is gonna have to be going somewhere else now. Come on, I'm not an idiot. Even back then, I knew that meant she got freaking fired. So yeah, I got the Karen fired. Unfortunately, maybe it was fortunately. Who knows? That's what you get, man. Like, what the heck? You're gonna give me a freaking pink slip for calling someone a bozo who's wearing the freaking team that's not even. Yeah, you're wearing not. Oh, whatever. Don't even get me started. Okay, and then you're gonna call me a jackass for breaking a freaking rubber band in class. Man, it really was something else, you know. Man, I remember this one time. this was like not too long ago. This was like in the 11th or 10th grade of high school, of that high school I was at, and that's connected to the same campus. And basically the high school works like it's like a small high school where it's separated into 4 different groups. You have like the communications high school, and then you have the design high school, whatever. I don't even know what the difference is. They're just trying to be edgy about it, I guess. But they were all just normies anyways, running the school. So basically, and like it was like the last day of school, I think. And this kid who I knew, his name was like Daniel. He was like selling N-word passes in the school bathrooms. He was like selling them for $5. These fake N-word passes. And also, this is the same kid who at another point in like 9th grade went around the whole school wearing a frickin' tape on his lip with a Hitler mustache drawn on it. So yeah, that basically gives you an explanation on what kind of person this is. And then right as I'm walking out of the school, like I hear this intercom go off saying, Daniel G, report to the principal's office right now. Daniel G, please report to the principal's office. That's basically what it was. And that was pretty funny. I don't know what's so wrong about handing out N-word passes. I mean, he wasn't black, by the way. I mean, he was just some edgy white kid. Just like me. Except he was clearly way more edgy than me. He was just kind of a little bit ridiculous. He freaking like fell asleep so many times in class. Like, I mean, he was basically asleep the entire time. Also, forgot what it was. Oh yeah, he got held back like 5 times or something. That's what it was. Like, he got held back 5 times. He was like 20 years old by the time I was in 9th grade. So he was like 21. Still in school. He's older than me. He was older than I am now when he was in 10th grade. I don't even know how it's legal to hold someone back that many times. Like, what? Don't really understand that one. But what I do know is that, yeah, during this 9th grade camp, it was like the overnight camp, kind of like the science camp that we had in 6th grade. Basically, it was like he had like some kind of argument with some of the people who were in his grade before, since he got held back. And basically it was when everyone was supposed to go to like this kind of like party or something in this rec room, and he was the only one who refused to go. And they're just like, oh my gosh, Daniel, do you want to get held back again? Like, it's, yeah. Guy was 21 years old. At that point, you can't even, like, you could just choose to not go to school anymore, like, you know? Theoretically. But yeah, towards the end of the years of primary school, I basically didn't really worry about bench slips or getting, what's it called? Not grounded, detention. Because, basically this teacher, there was like this hall monitor teacher who was out in the field every single day, and she was completely foreign. She didn't speak any English. She was like Russian or something. You go up to her and you're like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah." and I'm just like, "Yeah, okay, thanks." But she was so nice because you gave her a bench slip, and she would just be like, "Okay, go there, go over there." And you sit down and you're like, "Okay," and you have like an all lunch bench slip or something, which at the end of the school period when I was like in the upper grades, I got like all the time because the teachers just, they gave them out for no reason pretty much. And she like understood that, and she was like, "Man, that's stupid." So after like 5 minutes of me sitting there, she'd just be like, "All right, get up, you know, go, leave." I'm like, damn, hot dog. But eventually she got fired, bro. She got fired for doing the right thing. For just letting kids be their true selves. It is kind of stupid though to be like punishing kids that way, you know? Like, oh, you misbehaved in class, so now you get no social interaction for a whole week or something. Like, that doesn't teach people to act better, it just makes them just pissed off. I don't know how she got employed there at that school if she doesn't speak English. She's literally, I mean, she literally would, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what language she was speaking. It was like her own made-up language or something. It didn't sound like Russian, because Russian kind of sounds like, you know, something like that. But this language was like, some, I don't even know, it was, you need like some kind of, not even Google Translate can help you with that one. Oh yeah, I can't believe I forgot this one time. Um, Daniel. Here we go again, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I thought it was like lit up down here. No, it was not the kid who made the damn Daniel meme, however. He actually looked kind of similar to that, by the way. He looked similar to that guy who was the damn Daniel meme like 4 years ago. Well, one day, this guy got like detention for something, and he just decided to steal the principal's car and start doing donuts in the parking lot of the school. And what happened was the school went on lockdown instead of like what? Like lockdown? Like why? You're in class and you just hear this. You just start hearing out the window. It's like, what the flipping frick's going on right here? And then the teacher just looks out the window and he goes, these cars are going, steam, like smoke going everywhere. The freaking class gets shut down, like they lock the doors as school goes on lockdown. Like, why? I don't know, maybe they assumed it was like some kind of distraction for a heist or something, I don't know. Like I said, this school is not the school that makes any sense with anything, so you just have to remember that. So whenever things happen, you're like, what is that? How does that make sense? Well, exactly, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so, and well, basically, Daniel got arrested for that. So they even got a fire truck on the campus on that day for some reason. It was like there was like 9 cop cars, like 1 cop SUV, a freaking cop dog K9, and there was a freaking fire truck that pulled in. It was like, bro, like what's going on here? like what's going? I just. Daniel got kicked out of school eventually. I mean, it's about time. 20 years old. It's time to go, fam. It doesn't make any sense, really, how that's even possible, but... Damn, Daniel. That's really what... That's really, like... That's why the meme, Damn Daniel, was, like... It really was, like, a big thing in our high school. Because of that. Just because Daniel existed. The meme just made so much sense. It was so relatable. Particularly in our school. It was almost like better than the original meme. Like it made more sense if the meme came from our school. Daniel was like the Kyle of our school, even though Kyle was the main guy who was like the weird kid who always did weird things and everyone was always scared of him. That was the kid in elementary school. Daniel was that kid in high school. For whatever reason, Kyle transferred out of school right after middle school, so there was no more Kyle after that point. Kyle's gone. And Kyle was kind of like settled down. Kyle was kind of like calmed down and less weird and crazy in middle school, pretty much. But in elementary school, he was the person that you were scared of. He was like the Shrek of the whole school. And like the whole school was like the all those other like fairy tale creatures and news reporters and stuff. Oh, chicken dance. The world's having a chunk loading thing, as usual. There is a way to like manually reload chunks, but I don't have any idea how to do it. There we go. nice. It appears that this is where we are, eh? Oh, the road's paved now. Oh, also, on like a final concluding note, as we get close to the end of this episode, I figured out, thanks to one commenter who decided to comment on one of my videos last time, thank you so much, that in order to get snow, in order to get a snow golem, because I have some of those pumpkins right there, as you can see, I have one, you need a shovel to do so, because apparently you just can't get snow if you just make it with your hand like that, because of certain reasons. Obviously, okay, so yeah, that makes sense. Not really, I don't know why it has to be that way. But the lovely fact is that it's impossible to get a shovel because it's impossible to get wood, and then it's impossible to get anything else. So I basically can't do anything unless I can find like some kind of a other source of wood, like a mine shaft that can be underground, and maybe get wood that way. And I don't even know if they spawn in this world. I'd be kind of surprised if they did. And I can't think of any other way to get wood. Okay, that's nice. So 11.5 miles. Which means we are now a total of 192 miles. Well, that's cool. 192 miles. Closing in on 200 miles. 547 meters. $17.94. Wow. Off. That's cool. We've gotten this far now. That's pretty good. We're closing in on our first town. We should be there within a couple of episodes. And it's going to be called Wise Man. Wow. Very wise. And very manly. Alright. That's it for episode 21. And I'll see you next time.